What's going on, y'all? So listen, child, we back. Oh my goodness, I'm over it. I am over it, baby. I hope it's only 4 more episodes, okay? Because I cannot. All right, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now. If this come back for a season 3, which it needs not, I am not reviewing it. I'm sorry, y'all. I just cannot do it because, uh, I'm all the hypocrisy, all of the fighting, all of the I want to be a victim so bad, baby. You're not a victim, okay? This ain't vindicating nobody, all right? Listen, and I'm gonna just put this out on the forefront because I seen the chatter, and it's just me. You know what I'm saying? This is just my opinion. Listen, as I said before, nobody on this show is a victim, okay? As I said before, everybody has plays a part in the reason why people are perceiving them a certain way. Okay, I seen a whole bunch of chatter talking about, oh, Tamar been vindicated and all this stuff. It's why been this, it Trina been this. Bitch, she ain't nobody vindicated. They all terrible people at this point. Okay, all of them. That's just really what it is. That's just really what it is. Okay. And as soon as y'all can understand that and see that everybody is terrible, it wouldn't be no picking sides, and you can be thinking and be like, you was wrong for saying this, you was wrong for saying that, you was wrong for doing this. Okay, the way that Tamar is handling this whole situation, I never speak to that bitch again. Okay, and I'm no shade. Like, if that was my family, I would never speak to her again, because you playing into the fact that you got the social media people and everything that don't fuck with your sisters at this point, and you posting it on your Instagram and everything, all the negative stuff. So you don't want a relationship with your sisters no more. And that's basically what you're saying. As long as you cool with Tony, you can get two shits left about Trina and Tawanda. And if that's the case, fine. I'm just saying I would never do no stuff like that. Meaning, like I said in another video, I can talk about my people. You can't talk about my people. So I'm not gonna dogpile it and be like, posting what people saying that's negative and all that shit or whatever. No, I'm not finna play into it. I'm not finna play into it. Absolutely not. I'm gonna cuss that bitch out behind the scenes, but I'm not finna get on social media and let other people do that shit and then go. This is the reason why I don't want this show on. I did not want it coming back, and then it's coming back in this capacity. Absolutely the fuck not, because it is bringing out the worst in every last one of them. Okay, we got Tony fucking Braxton, who can barely speak above a goddamn whisper sometimes. Is she about to fight this bitch? You got Tamar pulling Trina hair. You got her kicking her and all that stuff. You got Tawanda bringing up people past that didn't even need to be brought up, because what the fuck does that have to do with the goddamn situation? And then you just got Miss E just sitting there thinking that everything all too good. Girl, you and your husband is the reason why these girls can't get along. I'm just gonna put that out there. We gotta start from the goddamn head, okay? We gotta start from the head. It trickles on down, all right? And at this point in time, I don't see no coming back for Tawanda and Tamar, okay? Um, and I don't think that they want to, okay? Damn sure not Tawanda, you know, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Because again, we want to put up posts and stuff showing, oh, she was jealous of this, she was jealous of that. At this point in time, none of them are jealous of Tamar. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Maybe in the past, but in this current moment, none of them girls are jealous of Tamar, because what does Tamar have that they want at this moment? They're not seeking fame. Okay, just because they on this show, they're still not seeking fame. They're not interacting with people on social media talking about, well, fuck Trina, she kissed my ass. Okay, you don't get a pass, okay, at all. I'm still upset at that whole situation. That truly disgusted me, and I never thought. Well, then again, I was naive, but them girls, Trina is with her husband. They fine doing what they doing. Tawanda got her husband. She fine doing what she doing. She don't even be on social media like that. The wedding was beautiful. I saw that and all that shit. And really ask yourself, when you want to say currently that they're jealous of Tamar, What exactly are they jealous of? She single. I hate to put that out there, but can't keep her man. They're married. Wants attention from the public so bad, they're not trying to do that. Can't get a career going that she was supposed to be doing, meaning singing, because where's the music? They're not trying to do that. Trying to be on all the type of TVs and all that shit, they're not trying to do that. Trying to be out there and liked by everybody, they're not trying to be doing that. So what exactly are they jealous of at this current moment? At the Even when they was filming this, they're jealous of the fact that Tamar always getting herself on the blogs and in some mess and people talking shit about her. I damn sure know they ain't jealous about this last big old controversy that she had with the fake nose breaking and the fake teeth breaking. Like, come on. We have to be real with ourselves. Step outside of your standship. I don't fuck with Tamar, but I can get some good points and I can give the negative. I do fuck with Tawanda, but I can give the good points and I can point out the negative. And Tawanda, you was dead ass fucking wrong for bringing up that shit from old years ago. Okay? Dead ass wrong. You know? So they get into the argument and we play about this whole thing that they kept on teasing for the past couple of weeks or so, 3 weeks since this show kept on coming on, right? And we finally get into the whole Shigma thing of it, right? We heard most of this already. Tamar gets heated because of the simple fact that the lawyer got her address to send her to cease and desist. Oh my goodness. The bitch is dumb as shit, okay? No one has to give that lawyer the address to send you to cease and desist. No one has to, a process server don't have to go to a relative or a business or whatever to find somebody and get their address, get the address in it. These motherfuckers be finding people addresses on their own. They don't have to go to somebody that they know to get your address. I'm pretty sure you've been sued before. So therefore, or it probably been sent to cease and desist or had some legal papers sent to you before and you don't know where they came from and how they got your address. They will find your address because that's their job. That's just like us people that be on social media, people that want to work with us, somehow they will find our emails and it's not even in our things. It's not on our profiles. I've had people that called me. And I'm like, how the hell did you get my number? I never gave you my number. Bitch, when Missy Vet called me, Parkwood fucking called me, how the fuck did you get my number? Exactly. They know this shit, okay? So if they can easily get it, a lawyer can fucking get it, okay? The cease and desist did not come from the sisters. The cease and desist came from your fucking brother, most likely, okay? I'm pretty sure them girls don't give a damn about your businesses. They're not gonna go that low. You don't have nothing to hide from them, okay? Yes, they can feel how they feel about this information coming out about Ashley, and if they feel some type of way, that's fucked up. But they can't stop that girl from talking. The only one that can really say something, because truly, what she said wasn't even about the sisters, besides Trina, okay? And she didn't even tell her name, but we figured the shit out. She mostly was talking about her father. And so that's why the father sent the cease and desist and didn't want her to come up there, because it's not only what she was going to get up there talking about what Gabe did, allegedly. We're going to put that out there for, legal purposes, even though that really don't work. What people perceive Gabe have done, okay, which I 100% believe. But also, when she was telling her story, she was saying a whole bunch of shit that her father allowed, okay, to happen to her and her sisters, and by his current wife or whatever it is and all that stuff, whatever. And so therefore he put out a cease and desist to her. And once she found out that she was about to be out here talking on the platform, publicly even more, given that Tamar I guess she got a podcast. I don't hear nobody talk about a podcast. I don't know. But he said absolutely not. So that's 9 and 10 where the cease and desist came from. Not your sisters. Okay? not your sisters. And I'm pretty sure they did have a problem with, Ashley coming out, because this is the Braxtons. They lived in this whole veil of, let's keep the secrets behind closed doors. Whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And see, let me tell you something. That goes away when y'all get on TV. You put your shit out there on TV, bitch. So you can't be up here like, no, you can't say this, you can't say that. Absolutely not, okay? Now, when it comes to Tony, girl, she said, listen, bitch, I said bring the bitch on the show, okay? She said, what's the point of fucking lying about it? I did say bring on the show, And I'm like, so what's the issue? What's the fucking issue? What are y'all mad for? Okay? Was she saying that she said it in a way like, I wasn't really saying seriously bring her on the show, be literal, but I mean, maybe we could bring her on the show or something like that, offhand like that. Is that what she's trying to say? Either fucking way, it wasn't nothing to get so upset about if people would have actually listened to each other. And see, that's the thing. They don't want to listen. Specifically, Tamar don't want to listen. Okay, and yes, I'm putting it on Tamar. Oh, you just this. No, I'm seeing with adult eyes and clearly. I don't have standship going on. Okay, I'm not taking sides. Because again, like I said, there's no sides to take. Because everybody at the table fucked up. And I can clearly see that. So I'm not finna sit here and say, I'm team this, I'm team that, I'm this, I'm that, blah, 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 blah. No, okay? Tony, we'll get to you in a second. But let me get to the whole situation with Trina. You just sat there. Truth be told, that would have been me too. Because, bitch, you not finna fucking holler at me. Y'all go ahead and have that shit. Because once I do get involved, bitch, it's going to be fucking over. But Trina just sat her ass there. The whole thing really happened between her and Tamar and Tawanda, okay? Let's break this down for a second. We get into Tamar getting her feelings about the lawyer coming. And she wants to say, for the safety of my child. Nobody gives a care about the safety of my child. Do you? And I hate to even put this out there, and this may sound cold-hearted, this may sound insensitive or whatever, but do you really care about the safety of your child doing the things that you do that put your child in danger and stuff? And what I mean by that is you live your life on the public web because you want that attention so bad. You made a whole fucking lie about you getting hurt. Either you exaggerated or you fucking lied. Either way, 2 and 2 is not equaling 4 with a broken nose and missing teeth, and your face is miraculously fine a couple of days later. As we see Tawanda, she fucked up her fucking nose the same way you allegedly did, and we see the scar still on her nose throughout. Few days later, a broken wrist, that bitch still healing in the cast. Nothing happened to your face. And every time you do something gets put up in the social media, it gets big, and the people are coming for your throat. Do you not understand that affects your child as well? Do you not understand that your child is probably at that age where kids can come back and say stuff to him about you? That's embarrassing and that's hurtful. But yet you keep doing shit like that. So then now you want to think any fucking way. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to your child. You do probably more harm to your child with the antics that you pull. And that's what these celebrities gotta understand. That's what y'all do. When y'all get up here, y'all these kids, they listen to what they mamas and they daddies probably be whispering and gossiping about, or especially the ones that probably didn't get access to internet. Bring that shit to school and then they start talking about the child. Or they got access to the internet and they know who their mama and your mama, the kid's mama and daddy is, and they can come back and they can taunt the kid, they can tease the kid, they can bully the kid, all because of your bullshit. But you ain't, anyway, any fucking way, like the hypocrisy of it all. And so then, we get into this, I don't know where your house at. And it was like, okay, yeah, I know you don't because I don't come. You wouldn't come, right? But I know where yours is because I put the down payment on there. And Tawanda said, sure, you did. Thank you. Okay? The way that they edited this for the past 3 weeks to make it seem like Tawanda just sat there and had egg on her face and let the narrative be run with that. Tawanda was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you gave me a down payment. Tamar wants to say that it was $50,000. Tawanda said it was $35,000 and it was a gift. Do I believe that shit was a gift? Tawanda, absolutely the fuck not. Girl, let's stop. I don't feel like that shit was no goddamn gift. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And me and my sister, if I need a couple of dollars, she'll give me a couple of dollars. I say, let me borrow a couple of dollars. She'll be like, you don't have to pay that back. Okay, it's just a couple of dollars. Now, if I'm gonna ask for $35,000 or whatever, that type of money, bitch, I'm paying that back, and I'm going to assume that I need to pay that back. I'm not just gonna say that it's a goddamn gift unless they verbally say I don't need to pay that back. Okay, but no, I don't feel like it was a gift. Okay, do I feel like it was $50K? No, I don't. I do feel like it was a little bit lower than that, because damn sure if it was $50K, oh bitch, you paying me back for sure, and I'm gonna be hounding your ass too. Okay, but yeah, I do believe it was a little bit lower. Tawanda could be lying about the price too. I don't know at this point, right? And so she said that. Cool. Mind you, this was in 2018. I think this is when we saw them get the house on TV. And one thing about it, I don't like it when people give me stuff and then you basically throw it in my face that you gave it to me. That's why I don't like asking people for money. I don't like asking people for money. I don't like asking people for help or nothing like that, because you will fucking use that shit against me. I'm just not here for that shit. It is what it is. And it's very sickening that, they doing this to each other and their sisters. Their sisters. Y'all don't want a relationship because you allow it's one thing, and hear me out. We can get gutter and we can get low with our family members, but see, we do that shit behind closed doors. Y'all allowing yourself to do this shit on camera for fucking TV for how much? Chump change? Because I guarantee you, y'all not getting paid that much on this fucking show. You weren't getting paid that much when the Braxton Family Values was on. And so you swooping this low and doing this shit on, that's what's really fucking me up. That's what's really fucking me up. Okay? And so you got that going on, right? And so because that was brought up, then we bring up the whole thing about credit cards being stolen or whatever. And, Tamar said she had a phone. She had to cut that off. She was finna get a new phone. And once she cut that off, she found out that Tawanda had her on a family plan and that Tamar was actually paying the bill. Now, how the fuck, listen, let me get rich nothing that I don't know that I'm paying the bill for somebody. Listen, I could not do no shit like that. I would have to know that I'm paying this bill, okay? I need to see when the bill is coming in every month, because I'm not about to be paying nobody shit. Ain't nobody about to be sneaking on my shit or whatever, okay? That's fucked up, Tawanda, if that was real. You know what I'm saying? Family plan. Bitch, tell a bitch, okay? She 9 out of 10 would have did it anyway, all right? She would have probably wouldn't mind, okay? Because y'all was cool at one point. And we have to understand, the girls were not always like this. They fell out and they get back together. But at this point, I really feel like it's at a point of no return for at least two of them. It's a possibility that Tamar and Trina can get back cool, but definitely with Tamar and Tawanda, that shit is over. That's over. Okay. I don't see that coming back anytime soon, Then we get what's her face? Because of all of this. So it's like, you hit me with something that's old and in the past or whatever. So let me hit you with something that's even older and in the past that ain't really got nothing to do with this shit. Okay, so you want to say that I steal, well, you stole Tony Mann. All right, you stole Tony Mann back then or whatever, and you was fucking with this person, blah, 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 blah. And you must be talking about yourself, because I ain't got mileage on my coochie like you. Bitch, Tawanda, you ain't have to say that shit. That was disgusting as fuck. That was disgusting as fuck, okay? I ain't even gonna fucking hold you, because, bitch, I ain't even gonna lie. I probably would have said some shit like that to my sister, but I would never put that shit on social media. I would never put that shit in the fucking public. This is different. The rules is fucking different, bitch. Like, again, we said, we fight. Family fight. But, bitch, we ain't finna get, y'all doing this in public, and it's just disgusting. All right, and it's like, what's real and what's fake, okay? Are y'all putting on, or is this for real, And I do feel like this is real, but this is fucked up, okay? I was not here for that comment. Y'all could be like, oh, that's kind of fucked up or whatever. Oh, this is salacious. I'm not enjoying it. It was wrong as shit for Tawanda to put that out there, because then later on, Tamar said, why would you put out something that happened in 1995? That's 30 years ago. So that means that if this really did happen, And the way that she worded that shit is like, was Tawanda telling the truth? Because she said, why would you bring up something that happened in 1995? I was like, oh, so somebody clear that up. Are you saying the incident happened and she was accused of it in 1995? This happened in 1995 and it's not true? Or is it happened in 1995 and it is true? Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say why this is also disgusting to me. Because in 1995, Tamar was 18 years old. Tamar was 18 years old. I did the math. That's 30 years ago. She's 48. Yeah, that's what she said. She's 18 years old. She's 20 years older than me. She's 20 years older than me? She's 10 years older than me. Okay, there it is. So she was 18 years old. 1995. If this was Tony's man, how old is Tony? Tony like 50 what? Because we finna do some math. Tony Braxton. I forgot her age. She's like 56, right? 58. 58? She just turned 58. 58 minus 48. So she 10 years older than Tony. Well, Tony 10 years older than her. So that means Tony was 20. Tamar was 18. No, Tony was 28. Tamar was 18. So if all of that was going on in 1995, that's some predatory ass shit. That it feels very predatory. So you may want to shut the fuck up on that, Tawanda, because at that point in time, like, I mean, I don't know what's going on, okay, but I'm just the age shit don't sound right, because I just wouldn't assume that Tony is up here dating somebody that's younger than her, or even that young to be around Tamar, who is 18 years old, 17, 18 years old. And if so, like, if it did happen, granted 18 is technically a young adult, but still that's in my eyes is still fucking predatory. And I still wouldn't have brought that up. Again, I don't give a fuck. Like, I cannot like my sister or whatever, but I'm not finna blast her like that. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that. And that's especially if I ever have hope of having a relationship. No, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that. I can't stand behind that. No. So then we get to, Tamar calling her a bald-headed bitch and all that shit, a low-down dirty bitch and all that. And then we can leave it at the words, but no, we can't leave it at the words, because you want to get up and you want to knock the glass. And see, this is where Tamar loses me, okay? Tamar had points, but then you go and you do the fucking most. And this is why people like me who can see where you're coming from be like, you know what, bitch, I don't even fucking care, because you had it, but then you lost it because you go over fucking board, and then somehow mental illness get brought up into it. Then we get into the whole thing about you not having my back, you don't have my back, you don't have my back. And then Tony said, what the fuck you mean I don't have your back? I don't have your back? Tony let this out and said, oh, excuse me, I don't have your back when I'm the one that's always using my money to put on my PR that you don't have. You may not ask for it, but I use my PR sometimes to try to clear up your mess when you do fucked up shit in the public. And she literally said, and I was here for it when Tony said in that confessional, I don't understand why she's so okay with being infamous and not famous. Bitch. That's sad. That's sad. And that's what ticked Tony off, saying that you don't have my bag, saying that she lying about the whole Ashley situation. And I'm like, Tony, you probably did say that shit. But hey, it is what it is. Okay? And then they getting up in each other's face, and then when it gets to the whole, and this is what made Tony get up, though. It wasn't even that comment. It was going back to when they was talking about, you slept with this person or whatever, so they going back and forth. Tawanda accused Tamar of sleeping with one of Tony's ex, okay? And then Tamar accuses Tawanda of sleeping with that same ex. Tawanda said absolutely the fuck not. And then Tamar winds up saying something like, oh, so you might as well think that I probably fuck around with so-and-so. 9 out of 10, and that got Tony really pissed. 9 out of 10, I'm pretty sure she said Brian, Tony's husband, right about now, okay? Because why else would you get mad? Either him or Carrie, okay? And it was one of those two that she probably said. And so therefore that's what pissed off Tony and got her up and was all up in Tamar's face or whatever and woo 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 woo. And next thing you know, you have Trina getting up. And Trina literally did like this to, okay, this is Tamar. And they played it back. This is Trina in her hand. This is Tamar's arm. Trina did like this, trying to break them up. She didn't touch her in an aggressive form. She didn't bum rush her. She didn't hit her. She didn't pull her hair or anything. But Tamar, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't pull my hair. Don't do this. Don't do that. She gets so amped up. And she do all of that. And she pulls Trina's hair. And she trying to make it seem like Trina was hitting her or Trina touched her in a way that was violent or whatever. And that's not the case. If anybody got violent that moment, it was actually Tamar, because Tamar wound up kicking Trina and Tamar wound up pulling her hair. Go back and look at it. That's what it said. Okay? I had the subtitles on. And she tried to, and then when she was demonstrating it, she did it again. And we literally just saw her pull her hair. So nobody really touched anybody but Tamar touching Trina in an aggressive form, And so that was fucked up. Mind you, this is what I'm saying when I say that I understand where Tamar is coming from, but then she do too much. They start talking about mental illness and all this other stuff or whatever. She gets to being extra loud. She gets to singing. She gets to being overly dramatic and exaggerating and just doing the fucking most, causing and making a scene. Everybody else is just sitting there, Tony trying to talk, and she's trying to talk over her and all of this stuff. I don't know why people start being loud and thinking that makes them like right or whatever. Just because you're loud, that doesn't make you right, all right? And you lose the point. You lose the message that you're trying to portray when you act so overly dramatic and you do the fucking most. You can be in the right 100%, but it's the way that you present that fucking argument that fucking make people want to listen to you and be on your side. And you lost me at that point. You lost me. Who the fuck am I? Nobody, but you lost me. Because I was like, bitch, I would have knocked your ass out because you talk too fucking much. You're doing too fucking much. That would have pissed me off right then and there. Okay? And the mental illness stuff, and they bringing that up. And I'm gonna say this, girl, you like to play with mental illness. You like to play with it. Okay? Tony said, she was going through episodes or whatever, and I'm like, well, maybe she went through an episode when she brought up this whole thing about her getting her nose fucked up and her teeth gone. Maybe that was an episode. It could be, and that ain't even me being funny. It could be, and yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because I don't care who fucking tell it, bitch. Okay? It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's disgusting. I'm disappointed in everybody. Tony, you've been around Birdman a little bit too long. Y'all about to fight. Y'all pushing each other. Like, what the fuck? Throwing glasses and shit. What? Everybody go sit in the goddamn corner, bitch, and think about what you doing, okay? Think about the example and the people that y'all are letting down. Like, this is why I don't look up to motherfuckers. Because first of all, my Bible says you're not supposed to idolize people and all that shit but God. So therefore, I don't, and this is why I just don't really be that upset when I see the people that I do like to a certain extent fucking disappoint me. Because one way or another, everybody gonna do that. And I'm thoroughly disappointed by every last one of these women. Tony, Tamar, Tawanda, and Trina. Okay? And some more than the other. Alright? But in this whole situation, none of them is right. I'm on neither one of their sides or whatever. Because it didn't have to do that. It didn't have to do that. Meanwhile, we got, Tawanda's in her bridal shower. Bitch, Toni Braxton ain't coming. And on the one hand, I feel where she coming from, where she said, well, you could have blocked out the whole week and you knew about this for 8 months. Yeah, that would have pissed me off. But at the same time, Toni Braxton does work, okay? She still got to be out here working. She's still in demand. Toni Braxton going on a goddamn tour. I feel like I want to go. Because I've never seen New Edition live. And I do want to see New Edition. She's going on tour with New Edition. And Boys to men, but I really want to see them live. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I don't know. It depends on how I feel about these girls afterwards. Because wow, they have a nasty taste in my mouth right about now. But yeah, Tawana gets in her feelings about that. Understandable, because you want your family there. You know, your big sis, and you feel like you do all the stuff for them, and you know, you feel like nobody comes through for you. Okay, I get that whole settlement. Miss Girly with the braids in her hair, she kind of gets on my nerves. Okay, no shade. You being a friend, I guess, but when she did that whole speech about we gotta protect Twanda and we gotta make, I said, girl, hush. You're doing a bit much for me. You're doing a bit much for me. Okay, like at the end of the day, it's Tony fucking Braxton, and yeah, I ain't making excuses for it, but the bitch is in demand. So you know, and had to, she had a legitimate excuse, if you ask me, because she was gonna come back to Atlanta to be there, but she couldn't because Angie Stone had gotten into the car accident and lost her life, and they share, you know, backup singers and dancers, and some of those people that were supposed to be in Tony's show, they were hurt in that accident, unfortunately, and so therefore now she has to rework her show and do extra rehearsals and all of that stuff. So when you in the business, shit happens. I mean, what you want me to say? I mean, be upset. You have every right, but you got to understand. Okay, now, I ain't know Tony and Angie Stone was cool and well close like that, but that was really sad to mention Angie Stone. May she rest in peace, D'Angelo. I can't believe, I can't believe them shits, bitch. Like they ain't supposed to be dead. They is not supposed to be gone. What the fuck is happening? But anyway, R.I.P. to both of them. You got that going on. And then, you know, Tamar basically like, I don't understand how we got here, whatever, and it is what it is. Like, I hate a bitch that acts so dumb about how we got here. And at the end of the day, and I know it's still gonna be people that's gonna be like, well, Tamar is this, and y'all gotta listen to her, and you know, y'all be so quick to say that she wrong and all this shit, and it's her fault and all that. It is her fault. Okay? We gotta stop putting the blame on everybody else, and we gotta let her have some accountability too. Like Tony said, you bring a lot of this shit on yourself as well. You play into it as well. Just like what's been going on. Every scandal that she has, she's played into it. She brought that shit on herself. Okay? She's not a victim and she's not innocent in none of the shit. All right? Let's be clear. And this ain't even coming because of the hits. This is because we see it. And again, like I said, there is no victims. Everybody is a fucking villain at this point. That's how I'm seeing it, because y'all are just so right about now to me. Damn. Damn. And then she doing a photo shoot for an EP that ain't even coming. You did that whole fucking dumb shit and took away from the fact that you had an EP coming and nobody gave a damn and it didn't even come out. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. That's crazy. And again, I don't like the way that they was bringing up mental health. I don't like the way they was bringing up mental health, because a lot of us deal with mental health issues. I deal with mental health issues. I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety. I'm also on Lexapro, bitch. Okay? She wasn't lying. You get a couple of milligrams of that bitch and you'll be floating. I ain't even gonna hold you on that one. Okay? Yes. But I ain't like the way that they was bringing that shit up. Okay? Please stop fucking playing with mental health like that. But, you know, you got that going on, and that basically was the fucking episode. I don't even feel like talking no more about this shit. Okay? Because I don't. Ugh. And I ain't even finna fucking read the comments. I feel how I feel. These are my opinions. And you can feel how you feel. I said what I said. And I know it's still gonna be people that's gonna be like, well, you saying this because of this. No, I'm not saying this because of this. I'm the type of person that can't fuck with a person, but I can see the good and the bad in them. And I'm gonna call both of them out if it deserves, okay? I'm not that person just because I don't fuck with a person or because I like a person that I'm gonna be like, oh, they can't do no wrong, or oh, they always do wrong. No. No, everybody's wrong in this fucking situation. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel, and Shit, happy holla fucking wing, bitch. Boo. I'll see y'all later. Let me get the fuck off.